Hello, today is Thursday, 4/23/2020. Let me turn the TV off. This is Math 4. We're doing section 7-2, page 364. 7-2, page 364. Bella, get out of here. That's Bella. Now we're going to work on what they call verifying trig identities. I'm going to do a few of them, then you're going to do 5 of them, and they'll be due Monday morning. So finish them. I give them to you Thursday night. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday to work on these 5 problems. I'll grade them on Monday morning. So what's due Monday morning is going to be page 367. And you're going to do 14 through 18. And they're due Monday morning, or let's say Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. That way I wake up on Monday morning and grade these and get them in. Now, verifying trig identities. You already did simplifying. There's some rules on page 364. Transform the more complicated sides, substitute trig identities, factor, multiply, and multiply the bottom and top by the same variables. Now let's just start doing them and see what we can do. We're going to do example 1 on page 365. It says verify that the tangent of beta equals the cosine of beta over the sine of beta times the cotangent squared of beta. Okay, first of all, it doesn't matter if you use an alpha, a theta, a beta, alpha, kappa, delta, psi, epsilon, sigma, it doesn't matter. So these variables are no different. The rules say you got to get the right equal to the left, okay? It's better to try to change the hard to the easy. Now, I'm not going to mess with the left because it's tangent of beta. It equals. They bust this up for you. I'm going to bust this up and think of it this way. The cosine of beta over the sine of beta times 1 over the cotangent squared beta. Now, if you multiply these two things together, the cosine times 1 is the cosine, and the sine of beta times the cotangent of beta is the sine of beta, cotangent of beta. Okay, we're not adding, we're multiplying, so you don't have to mess with the common denominators there. Now, you're asking, why am I doing this? Well, I see how easy it is because I know the cosine over the sine is the cotangent of beta. And the cotangent of beta times 1 over the cotangent of beta. You can see how they cancel. And I got 1 over the cotangent of beta. And of course, I know the cotangent of beta is 1 over the tangent. 1 over the cotangent of beta equals the tangent of beta. So, on my left here, I have the tangent of beta, and it really equals what's on the right. This is called verifying trig identities. Okay, and you do it a lot in calculus, so you got to understand how to manipulate these things on the right and use the left. If you learn how to do these when you get to calculus next year, you'll be able to do them. If not, you'll be completely baffled. You won't be able to do them. So this is on you, and I'm going to go through and help you here. But you can kind of see, you should know the cosine over the sine is a cotangent. That's why you can see the cotangents cancel. And then you can see 1 over the cotangent is really the tangent. So that's example 1 on page 365. Now, example 2 has some different variables in it. And this is your physics. This is illumination, luminous intensity, luminous flux. These are all things that they talk about in the previous problem, if you have a light, the illumination deals with the angle that the light comes at, the intensity, and all the different perpendicular things. So they give you the equation. E equals I cosine of theta over r squared. And they want to show that it is equal to I cotangent of theta over r squared cosecant. They want to show that it's equal to I cosine of theta over r squared is equal to I cotangent of theta over r squared cosecant of theta. All right, so now you're messing with physics here. And hopefully some of you take the physics next year and we look at it. The first thing you have to do, both these are equal to illuminance. Illuminance is how bright the desktop is. The light's shining, the light on the desktop, you can see it. Okay, now the first thing you notice, the I and the I are in the same spots, not an issue. The r squared and the r squared are in the same spots. Okay, numerator, denominator. So if I could just get the cosine of theta to equal the cotangent of theta over the cosecant of theta, I could show that these two formulas work with each other. And I is illuminance and R is resistance. And of course, you got these different formulas in there. Now, make the harder easier. I'm going to keep the cosine of theta on the left. What's the cotangent? 1 over the tangent of theta. What's the cosecant? 1 over the sine of theta. Let's break it down a little bit more. What's the tangent of theta? Well, it's really 1 over the sine over the cosine, so it's going to be the cosine of theta over the sine of theta, all divided by 1 over the sine of theta. Now, how do I do that? What is 1 over the tangent? Think of it as this. 1 over the tangent really equals 1 over the sine over the cosine. Well, think of 1 as 1 over 1. Invert and multiply, it really equals the cosine over the sine. And of course, you can start to see if I multiply the bottom by the sine over 1, these cancel. Multiply the top by the sine over 1. See, sine over 1, these cancel. And you end up with the cosine of theta equaling the cosine of theta, which is a check. These are close to your geometry proofs. Now look at what we can do. How do we go from this step to that step? Well, we know the cotangent is the sine or the cosine over sine. And 1 over the cosine over sine is the sine over cosine, which is the tangent. Okay, the sines cancel out and you're done. Now, I'm making it look easy. It's not always easy. It's not. You're going to have to mess with these and get these. I'm going to do one more for you, and then you're going to have to try them. Okay, we're going to go right to your assignment. We are now on page 367. Notice on the bottom, number 38, physics, inclined planes. This whole lesson is nothing more than physics. We're going to do all this stuff next year in physics. We're looking at number 13. And we've got 1 over the secant squared, 1 over the secant squared theta, plus 1 over the cosecant squared theta equals 1. Now, we're verifying trig identities here. So, this equals 1. Let's mess with this and make this equal to 1 if we can. Well, 1 over the secant is the cosine of theta squared. And 1 over the cosecant is the sine squared of theta. And we know right away that the sine squared theta plus the cosine squared theta equals 1. Again, I did it. It's easy. I could run through the next 5 problems and do them for you. And you'd say, oh, they're easy. You're going to do 14 through 18, and you're going to struggle with them a little bit. So, this is Mad Camp 2020, Thursday's lecture, 4/23/2020. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, mess with them, send them in to me, and I'll get up Monday morning and grade them. All right, thank you.